Hi YouTube, it's Wow Sly. Out for a stealthy overnight. Biking trailer. My new EDC turned up this morning. So it was a bit of a late start because I was sort of waiting for that to turn up. Oh, it's a bit boggy. The wheels are caked in mud and I'm just bogging out. Was on the push, the bike keeps stopping, it's just too much mud. Can't even see what I'm videoing. Big clumps of mud, that's what's slowing me down. Back tyres are about 6 inches wide now. I'm sweating. And, I took all my strength to do the last sort of 20 feet. Sweat dripping off my nose. It's just thick with mud. Weighs it right down. Right, let's get on. Literally. Wow. All that's in the trailer is the webbing and my mini 12 volt go box full of AA batteries, rechargeable, just to charge my phone because you know recording kills the battery. Didn't bring the solar panel for it. All cocked up there too. Yeah, just the webbing. What, 6 pouches or something. The Bergen's on top with the check roll bag, check roll mat, sleep bed thing system. And there's the new EDC. I wanted the Max Edition one a few years ago, when everyone was buying them. But I just thought, no, let's look for a cheap alternative. Couldn't find a cheap alternative, forgot about it, and then got this. It was £8 I think off eBay. It's not high quality, it's not a name brand. It's got the Velcro strip here, so I need to find where I can get a name thing made up or something. But it's fine for what I need it for. As I said, it only turned up this morning, so we'll do a quick little review on this. So I should be setting up camp. Elbow time. My third hand is an elbow, sometimes my knee. There we go. I just chucked it all in today. I've got to tidy it up. I've got my emergency phone charger there. My little Swiss Army knife on the lanyard. It's got 2 lanyards, one for your keys, a couple of pens, a couple of spare AA batteries for my EDC torch, which is actually on my bike at the moment, and a little first aid kit in there, and some disposable gloves. It wasn't bad. £8. It you know does the job. It's just the whole stuff in there. It's not to last a lifetime or be bomb-proof. It works. We've got a waterproof jacket, 511 tactical shirt, and a lightweight, breathable British Army t-shirt. Some just normal trousers, and I think they're Dunlop boots, right, which are cracking boots. Now the bed's all set up. Hammock and the basher. Bike and trailer's just next to it. Sort it out later. EDC's just hanging off the bar end. There you go, DD Hammock, Czech Army bedroll under the British Army basher. Lean-to with a porch. There's going to be plenty of space at the back for my gear, and the centre one's just tied up, and it's not halfway the ridge line, it's 3/4, so I've got this about 18 inches hanging over just to divert the rain away from me if it rains, which it will do. I'm going to start hanging up all this dead wood that's lying around, because I will get my arse into gear one day and build a permanent shelter. Oh, that's weird, I've got a line down the side of my screen. I don't know if it's going to come back on playback, but I've got a big green line. I hope I ain't dropped my phone. I don't think I've dropped it. Oh well, right. Well, yeah, while I'm walking around collecting firewood, I'm just going to be hanging up to dry anything that's wet. So I've got the first couple of bits here. Sawed them off and then thought, oh, better start videoing it. I've got this standing stuff here, it's bone dry. This came down a couple of years ago. And there's one over there, I remember the night that fell down. And I'm starting to collect all this dry grass of it. That's good for starting, getting a fire going. So I'm going to collect all this dry grass here. Chop up some more firewood, got this small stuff here. And then get the fire pit dug for later on because it gets dark early this time of year, so I'm going to need quite a lot of wood. So I better start getting on. But I'm a bit concerned about this green line now on my phone. I don't know if you can see it. It's about there. Straight down the screen. I'll have to watch this now and see if it's actually playing back. And then got on with it. That's better. The green line's gone. I had to check that. I turned my phone off and on. And this came down from up there somewhere last year sometime. Wide now in case that green line comes back. And this has been drying out for like over a year. I left it like this, but some of the smaller stuff that's covered in twigs I'll hang up so now it's dry. So I'm going to cut off this stuff because it doesn't burn very well. So I'll keep this bigger stuff. And I'm just going to chop it into like foot sections. Ready? It's that simple. The method of madness today is this. I've had it a while. Wilkinson's £6 I think it was, something like that. Not a great deal of money. It's getting a bit rusty now though. Just a cheapy saw. Does the job though. Does the job. I'm using the homemade meth stove. So while that's boiling, no point in sitting there. I've had a little Mars bar. Got to get fluids in me and get some sugar in me. Thought I'd come and find some firewood. Now where can I find some wood that's already sort of fell without looking too far? I wonder. Right, I must stop updating and doing loads of little clips of everything I do. One, people get bored. Two, I get comments saying, oh, your videos are so long. But if I leave it out, people ask to see it. So, there's my fire pit. I dug out the old fire pit, so it was easy to dig up. I've just laid some half-inch sticks on the bottom and some 2-3 inch mini logs around the edge. Just so I've got a good base of ventilation to start my fire, and then I can pile the smaller stuff on top, which I haven't got yet. Well, there's some smaller stuff there. I'm going to be using that dry grass and some cotton wool and Vaseline to get it going before burning some of the bigger stuff. Yeah, I did actually have a pile of sticks. I've just realised I've buried them. Yeah, underneath there I've got a load of small sticks which I snapped off here earlier. Anything that's hanging down dead, I snapped all this off earlier. One, it was in my way, and two, it was all nice and dry. So I'm going to sort of dig that out because I've buried it with the logs. And that'll be my fire starting. This one here, nearly walked into that. I'm snapping that off because I'll walk into that tonight if I don't snap it off now. So yeah, anything around your camp, snap off, that's eye level. You don't want to be walking into that at silly o'clock in the morning. Right, this is enjoyable. All I can hear is the wind. I can't hear no people, can't hear any traffic, can't see anyone. Doesn't mean to say I can't be seen, but this is what it's about. Bliss, peace and quiet, and an ugly person ruining it. All this beautiful countryside, and someone's torn apart the field on their mountain bike, muddy footprints everywhere, demolishing all nice nature and everything else in his path. Not quite, it's just whilst I'm making another video. I might actually just go and chill out in the hammock for a little while. Yeah, for those watching, well, talking to me tonight on Facebook, I've had a few comments from Lewis, Gary, Gareth, I don't know, a few people. Cheers, keep me company tonight, lads. Actually, well, it's clear sky at the moment, but I want to whack up that second basher. I keep thinking about it and I'll be stupid not to. I want to whack up another basher over the workspace area, so if I have to I can get all my gear underneath it and still chop wood without getting wet. Right, I'm going to do that because if I don't I'm going to regret it. It only takes 2 minutes. That time of day, got the old headlight on. Oh, it's just coming to a boil. So going to make another brew and just start chilling out. I used 2 cotton wool ball things. Just wipe them in Vaseline. One on that corner and one on that corner. With all that dry hay, straw, grass, like bird's nest in the middle. And yeah, it took like brilliantly. Just double checking that's sturdy. Some of these sticks are still a bit wet, so you can hear them hissing, which is awesome. Right, just waiting for the fire to die down a little bit, so I've got some coals to cook on. Just gonna have an all-day breakfast and some noodles. Goes down nicely. Waiting for the coffee to cool down. There we go. We've got this tonight. Didn't bring the solar panel. I think I mentioned it earlier. But it would be a bit daft to cook in the dark, or even, well, the headlight's fine. I managed before. Which ones? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. They'll do. Right, and oh, we'll use black tonight, I think. Yeah, we'll use black. Use that back up, put that in there. Put that in the front. Oh, let's put the bag back in, we don't want to lose the bag. We're not wild camping tonight, we're glamping. There we go. Right. Got the extension lead and some USB lights. 13 volts. That should last. Right, that's just the light on my phone. Not that bright. Headlight low. And I say, why not? Hanging up the back of the basher. Boxes down there. That's running off the 1 amp. I've got a 1 amp and I think it's a 5 amp socket, or 3 amp, can't remember, 1 and 3. So I'm going to use the low powered ampage socket for the lights. Again, you can't see much because it's so dark out here, but that's lit up my hammock and all my kit. And then I've got the other USB port, the higher powered one that charges my phone. The phone charges off the low powered one, but you know, there's no point running low powered USB lights off a high powered socket. It's not exactly big, doesn't take up any weight, and it's a nice little luxury to have. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 little LED lights, and I've got a 15 or 20 cluster lamp which would actually light up this place like a Christmas tree. Well, light this up like daylight, so I'm not going to be using that. So I've got 2 strips of those lights, and the lamp, I'm not using a lamp, that's just too bright, that's just mental. Yeah, it lights up like an entire room at home. Sorted, got my ground sheet down. Like I said, slug pellets are down, but I've already found my first slug. They hide in cracks of the ground and then come out when it gets dark. So hopefully I've put enough slug pellets down to keep the slugs at bay. Right, just drink my coffee, sit back, chill out while the fire dies down. Actually, that's probably good enough to start cooking on. Nope, we'll give it another 10 minutes. Oh yeah. Right, final update for the night. Well, probably the final update. It's nearly midnight. I've just been sitting here, chilling out. Got a little solar light on there. I've just been waiting for the missus to get home from work, sort of texting her before I can sort of settle, knowing she's home safe. Everything's still plugged in and going. Well, what you got on the box? 12.5. So we've used 0.5 volts in about 5-6 hours. Not too bad. I've just been sitting here, my feet up. All chilled out on the hammock. It's a bit hard to video. But yeah, just sort of like curled up. Coat there. Check on my bedroll there. As an armrest. Just sort of sitting there watching the fire. This hammock, right? Despite people say the DD Scout is quite small, There's so many ways you can sit in it and relax and chill out. Got my boots off. Resorted to burning logs because I can't be bothered to saw them. I've got a couple sawed up, but I'm going to use the sawed up ones for the night. If I wake up, I can just chuck them on. But obviously the long ones I've got to supervise. So I've got 2 being fed in from left and right off the fire. But that's about it. Nothing to update. Got the radio on, lights are on. It's not a bad night. But luckily I didn't go to sleep. About 2 or 3 hours ago that I wanted to go to sleep. Just sitting there chilling out. Could have quite easily slept. Someone let off a load of fireworks about 10 minutes ago. I was not impressed. If I was asleep, I'd be very angry right now. But yeah, it's a proper quiet night again. Just a couple of owls. No other animals. Normally, in the hedgerow, out yonder. Oh, the phone's not on. Look, the light's not on my phone. Out there, I normally see eyes looking back at me from like badgers or foxes. But I've got no eyes coming back to me tonight. I'm proper on my own. Right, well that's it. I'm just going to chill out here, watch this fire burn down for a little while, listening to the radio. I'll probably get back to you tomorrow, whenever I wake up. Right, it's good night from me, and it's good night from him.